Hello, am I audible? Hello, good evening, Alma. Any doubts in yesterday's class, please, you can ask. I am audible, right? Please respond in the chat. Am I audible? If there are any doubts, please let me know in yesterday's class. Any doubts till the topics, whatever we discussed. I'll wait for okay, till 8:10. Maybe some of the students will join. Okay, so I'll start the session. Sir, can I start? Okay. So I'll discuss the problems, whatever you know. Okay, so whatever the doubts we have, okay, maybe in the last 5 minutes, I'll give you the solution, whatever programs you didn't understood. So I'll discuss a new topic from this class. Okay, so the topic is what are the operators in Python? Very important and very interesting topic. Operators in Python. First of all, what is meant by operator? Operator is nothing but simply a symbol. We can say a symbol. Okay, so it may be anything. Okay, it may be we can call it as a symbol. So what type of operators are there in Python? Operator is nothing but a symbol which is used to perform some operation. Operator is a symbol which is used to perform some operation. Okay, what are the operators are available in Python? So first one is arithmetical operators. Arithmetical operators. Second one is relational operators. Third one is logical operators. Fourth one is assignment operators. Assignment operators. Fifth one is bitwise operators. bitwise operators. Sixth one is identity operators. Identity operators. And seventh one is membership operators. So very important for any interview point of view. Okay, they are going to ask you what are the operators in Python, and we'll see one by one what are these operators. So first of all, arithmetical operators. Arithmetical operators are, we have arithmetical addition represented by plus, arithmetical subtraction represented by minus, arithmetical multiplication represented by star, arithmetical division represented by slash, arithmetical modulo, this is represented by percentage symbol, and we have floor division, double slash. Double slash is also known as floor division. Floor division. And next we have double star. Double star is nothing but exponential. These all are arithmetical operators. Again, I'll repeat. Arithmetical operators are going to perform arithmetical operations. Arithmetical operations. Arithmetical operation. So this is arithmetical addition. Plus is for arithmetical addition. Minus is for arithmetical subtraction. Into is for arithmetical multiplication. This is arithmetical division slash. This is modulo. This is floor division. And this is exponential. Okay. So now I'll explain all these operations. First from the IDLE shell. Then we'll try to write a program. Later we'll try to write a program. Okay. So first we'll see how we are going to perform these operations from IDLE shell. Okay. All of you, before going to explain this from shell, all of you please remember, hash operator, hash is used to write comment. Used to write comment in Python. Comment in Python. Okay. So hash is used to write comment in Python. What is the meaning of comment? Comment means it is simply the help information, or we can say it is the explanation. It is not going to be part of your program. It is only a description of your statement, or description of your program, description of your logic, description of your statement. Okay. If you want to write something, you can use hash, so that it is not going to be considered as a part of program. Hash means simply it is only for writing something. For example, I want to write some program. If I return hash, that is nothing but it is a description. It is a comment for the program. So I'll show you. For example, here if I return, okay, arithmetical operators demonstration. Okay, so here just I written hash means it is not going to be considered. It is simply a comment. Comment means it is not a part of program. It is only description. What I am doing now, I am doing some arithmetical operators of demonstration. So that's why I written this explanation, so that you can understand what I am doing. Is it clear what is meant by hash or what is meant by comment? Please respond in the chat box. Is it clear to all what is meant by comment? Anyone having any doubts regarding what is meant by comment? Please respond in the chat now. Please respond so that I can understand whether you are getting or not. Okay. Now we'll see one by one. Let me take some two numbers. A is equals to 100. B is equals to some 200. Okay. So simply I am going to perform all arithmetical operations. A plus B. Okay. A minus B. This is subtraction. A into B. This is multiplication. Next division, A by B. Next modulo, that is A mod B. Mod means, I think all of you know what is mod. Mod is going to return the remainder. Mod is going to return the remainder. Okay, so mod is going to return remainder. Return remainder. Example 20 mod 10. 20 mod 10. What is the remainder? Remainder is 0. If you divide 20 with 10, you will get remainder as 0. So that's why mod is going to return always remainder. What about this slash? Slash is going to return quotient. Okay, so quotient. So for example, what is meant by quotient? Example 20 divided by 20 slash 10 is equals to 2.0. This is nothing but a quotient. Okay. So here, if you want, you can check with other numbers also. Let me take some other number. A equals to, or C is equals to some 20, D is equals to some 5. Print of C by D. What is the quotient? Quotient is 4.0. Always remember one important point here. Always, whenever you are using single slash, your result is float only. Actually, 20 by 5 is answer 4. But what we got here, we got 4.0. Why it is 4.0? Why not 4? The reason is always this division operator is going to return float. Okay, that's why I written 2.0. Okay, it is going to return float, not integer. 20 by 10 is not 2.0 in Python. It may be 2 in other languages, but here in Python it is 2.0. And what about floor division? Floor division also going to return quotient only. Return quotient in integer format. Okay, let me give an example. What is the example for this? For example, 65 double slash 4. What is 65 double slash 4 actually? 4. What is the answer? Anyone? 16, right? So 16 is the answer. 16. Okay. So 16 is the answer. If you want to check it out, you can check it out. Here, for example, I can take E is equals to 65. F is equals to 4. Okay. Print of E double slash F. Okay, so 16. Understood, all of you? Understood? All these operations understood? Any doubts? Please respond in the chat box if we are having any doubts in arithmetical operations. Anyway, we'll write program. It is not a program, it is only the practice from the Python IDLE shell. We'll write a program also for the same. Okay. Okay, we'll do one more operation, that is exponential. Exponential means, for example, G is equals to 5, H is equals to 3. What is exponential? Print of G exponential H. So that is nothing but 5 cube. What is 5 cube? 125. 5 to the power of 3, that is 125. Any doubts in arithmetical operations? All operations understood? Anyone having any doubts regarding addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, floor division, modulo, exponential? Please respond in the chat if anyone having any doubts. If we don't have any doubts, then we'll go for program. No doubts? Okay. So if you don't have any doubts, then we'll go for program. Now I'll write program. All of you know how to write a program. Just I'm going to file, clicking on new file. Okay. So again I'm writing, just now I told you what is meant by comment. Here I'm writing again comment. Okay. Arithmetical operations in Python. Arithmetical operations in Python. Okay. So arithmetical operations in Python. Okay. First, all of you please remember, whenever you are writing any program in any language, whether it is Python, whether it is C, whether it is C++, whether it is Java, whatever may be the language, if you want to write any program, okay, if you want to write any program, please remember my points. Whatever may be the language, okay, whatever may be the program, if you want to write, first thing is you should know what is input. Inputs required. What inputs are required? Next, okay. Next, output. What is the output we are going to get? Okay. What are the inputs required? What is the output we are going to get? Okay. In between these inputs and output, we have a important thing that is nothing but a logic. You have to think about this logic. Okay. So now tell me, our program is what? Our program is arithmetical operations, means addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. Okay, for this program, now tell me what are the inputs required? Please respond in the chat box. What are the inputs required for performing arithmetical operations? Please respond in the chat box. What are the inputs required? Please all of you respond in the chat box. What are the inputs required for writing this program? No one is responding. Please respond so that I can understand. What input is required if I want to write some arithmetical operations? Any two operands and one operand. Okay, very good. Remaining students, only Ramcharan is responding. Remaining students, please respond. Already I explained everything through shell. Here already I explained what I required here. If I want to perform addition, what I required here? Here I required two numbers, right? Two numbers. Remaining students, please respond in the chat box. I don't know whether you people are getting or not. What is the difficulty in this question? Is there any difficulty? Is my question is difficult? Just I am asking what is the input required for this program? Program is arithmetical operations. It may be addition, it may be subtraction, it may be division. What I required? Remaining students, please type in the chat box, Type in the chat box. Why you people are not responding? It should be active session, If I am teaching something always, only one student is responding. Remaining, are you there in the class or not? Please respond. Please write your answer in the chat box. Okay, only one more student, Bhavya, is responding. Remaining students, total almost 25 students are there. If you are not getting, please let me know. Or if you are getting something, please type the response for the small questions, whatever I am asking. I am asking, I think, simple questions only. I don't know why remaining students are not responding. Because this is a common concept for any language. Remaining students, please respond. Padri, Bhaskar Raju, Ganesh, Chinireddy, Purnima, Vaishnavi, Sri Prajna, Mamata. Please respond in the chat box. Sai Kiran, Nagadipti, Nagamani, Samreen, Pavan Kumar, Prashant Yadav, Sirisha, Tahasin, Vasavi Lingareddy, Venkatas Ravani, Naga Sujani, Saushilia. Please respond, Why you people are not responding? It is actually very good habit to respond with some answer. I'm not going to point out if you are responding with wrong answer also. Okay, but the thing is you should be active in the class, because always in programming it's very important. The activeness is very important. Okay, because it is not a theoretical subject. Okay, you can't understand the things if you are not active in the class. Because I'll give some assignment also of after this topic. How you are going to do that assignment if you are not responding? Okay, so remaining students, I don't know why I got some responses from others. Please remaining also respond. Okay, so the input required here is yes, some of you mentioned we required some numbers. I can take two numbers, and you mentioned operator also. Operator directly I am taking in the program itself. Operator maybe you can take it as, or you may not be take it. Okay, so you can take operator also as input, or maybe you can take directly you can apply operator. Okay, so if you want to take this also, you can take from the user. You can take from the user, and okay, you can do it, right? Okay, so now what is output? Output is nothing but if I am doing addition, then output will be the sum. If I am doing subtraction, output will be the subtraction or difference. If I am doing some multiplication, then output will be the multiplication and so on, right? Okay, so now, yeah. So first thing is I need two numbers. I'll read the two numbers. I can call it as number one is equals to input of enter number, input of enter first number. Okay, so this is number one. Similarly, I can take number two. So number two is nothing but input of enter second number. Okay, so now these are the inputs required for my program, right? Because I need two inputs, I got these two inputs. Is it clear how we got inputs? Okay, so now just I'll do the addition. Okay, print addition is number one plus number two. This is addition, right? So this is a addition. Next subtraction is number one minus number two. Next division or multiplication is number one into number two. Next division is number one by number two. Okay, next modulo is number one mod number two. Next floor division is number one double slash number two. Next exponential is number one double star number two. Okay, is it clear to all? Is this program is clear to all? Any doubts? Any doubts, ma? Any doubts in this program? Just I am taking two inputs. These are the two inputs, number one and number two, and after that I am performing all arithmetical operations. For addition, I am applying plus. For subtraction, minus. For multiplication, into. For division, slash. For modulo, this percentage, and for floor division, double slash, and for exponential, double star. Okay, I'll save this program. Okay, now I'll run this program. Okay, enter first number. I am giving first number as 100, second number as 50. Okay, if you observe here, addition is 150, that is 100 plus 50. Subtraction is 100 minus 50, that is 50. Multiplication is 100 into 50, that is 5000. Division is, as I said, division always gives you float, that is 100 by 50, that is 2.0. Modulo is remainder, that is 100 mod 50, that is 0. Next, floor division is 100 double slash 50, that is 2, and exponential is 100 to the power of 50. So this is the output. Any doubts in this program? Any doubts? All of you understood this program? Okay, if you understood this program, then I'll give you assignment question for you. Please, all of you note down this question. Assignment question. Question is program to perform arithmetical operations on float numbers. Okay, so program to perform arithmetical operations on float numbers. Okay, right. Any doubts, ma? Can you do that program? Any doubts? Is there any explanation required in this assignment question? Python program to perform arithmetical operations on float numbers. Any doubt? Any explanation required here? Any doubts? Please respond. Any doubts? Any doubts, ma? Okay, so the only modification for this program is, it's very simple. Instead of converting to int, you can write float. That is the only modification you are supposed to do. Because here we are doing arithmetical operations on integer numbers. But my question is, just you do arithmetical operations on float numbers. Okay. So instead of doing this int, directly you can do float. That is the modification you are supposed to do. Is it fine? Any doubts? Any doubts? Please respond if you have any doubts. Please respond if you have any doubts. Any doubts, ma? Okay, right. So if you don't have any doubts, then we'll go for second type of operators, that is relational operators. What are the relational operators? Less than, greater than, less than or equals to, greater than or equals to, not is equals to, double is equals to. These are the relational operators. What are relational operators? Relational operators are going to give you the relation between two numbers or two operands. Okay, so relational operators are going to give you the relation. For example, if I given some two numbers a and b, okay, if I ask what is the relation between a and b, you can write the relation maybe in the form of a less than b, or a greater than b, or a equals to b, or a is not equals to b, a less than or equals to b, a greater than or equals to b. This is nothing but relation. If you are able to express some relation between two variables or two numbers, okay, that is nothing but that relation can be expressed by using relational operator. Relational operator is used to express the relation between two operands. Relational operator is used to express the relation between two operands. Okay, so now we'll see how we are going to execute that relational operators. Okay, and my question, can anyone answer my question? What relational operators are going to return? What relational operators are going to return? Can anyone answer my question? What relational operators are going to return? What relational operators are going to return? Anyone? Okay, so let me explain. Relational operators are going to return either true or false. The answer for my question is relational operators are going to return either true or false. Okay, relational operators are going to return either true or false. For example, A is equals to some 100, B is equals to some 200. Okay, print of A less than B. Okay, so what is this? A value 100, B value 200. Is it right or wrong? 100 less than 200? 100 less than 200, is it true or false? True. Okay, so just you check it out. So this is the result. So A less than B means it is true. So that's why it is going to return true. Similarly, if you want to write A greater than B, so it is going to return false because 100 greater than 200 is false. Similarly, if I return A less than or equals to B, if I return A less than or equals to B, then it is going to return true. If I return A greater than or equals to B, if I return A greater than or equals to B, it is going to return false. Okay, so similarly, next, if we write A is equals to B, A double is equals to B, if I return A double is equals to B, then it is going to return false. And similarly, if I return A is not is equals to B, then it is going to return true. So these all are relational operators. Less than, greater than, less than or equals to, greater than or equals to, double is equals to, not is equals to. These all are relational operators. Any doubts? Any doubts? Any doubts in relational operators? Okay. So now we'll go for a program. How can we write program for relational operators? Okay. So now the program for relational operators. Relational operators. Relational operators. So number one, just I'm going to read one number, int of input of enter first number. Next, number 2 is equals to int of input of enter second number. Input of second number. Okay. Okay. So now just I want to perform all relational operators. Okay. I want to write print of relational operations. Relational operations. Okay. So first print of A less than B is, okay, what is the result of A less than B? Here you can not A less than B. Number 1 less than number 2. Here the result is number 1 less than number 2 is number 1 less than number 2 is number 1 less than number 2. So this is the result we'll get. Okay. Next. Next, number 1 greater than number 2. What is the result? Number 1 greater than number 2. Okay, it is either true or false. We'll get here. Next, number 1 greater than, less than or equals to number 2. Less than or equals to number 2. So that is going to give the result. Next, number 1 greater than or equals to number 2. Number 1 greater than or equals to number 2. The result we'll get here. Next, Number 1 is equals to number 2. Number 1 is equals to number 2. The result here we'll get it. Number 1 is equals to number 2. Next. Number 1 is not equals to number 2. Number 1 is not is equals to number 2. Okay, so the result we'll get here. Number 1 is not equals to number 2. Okay. All of you understood this program? All of you understood this program? Please respond in the chat box. If you are understood or not understanding, please respond. Okay. Okay, right. Okay, now I'll save this program and I'll execute this program. I'll save and execute it. I'll save this program. Okay, so I'll run this program. Enter first number. I'm giving 100. Second number 200. Okay, so all of you please observe this program with the output. Okay, what output you got and what program you are written. Just you compare this side by side. Okay, so now relational operations 100, 200. First number is 100. Second number is 200. So relational operations. Number 1 less than number 2 is, what is the result we got? Number 1 less than number 2. That is 100 less than 200 is true. So that's why the result is number 1 less than number 2 is true. Next. Second one. Number 1 greater than number 2 is, what is the result? Number 1 greater than number 2. That is 100 greater than 200. That is false. Next. Number 1 less than or equals to number 2. Number 1 less than or equals to number 2 is 100 less than or equals to 200. That is also true. Next. Greater than or equals to is false. Next. Is equals to is false. Next. Not is equals to is true. All of you please try to understand. If there is any doubt, please respond in the chat box whether you are understanding or not this program on relational operators. Any doubt on program on relational operators? Any doubts on relational operators program? All of you understood? Okay, right. So now we completed 2 operators. First operator is arithmetical addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, modulo, exponential, and so on. Means first program is arithmetical operations. Second is relational operators. Next, third operator is logical operators are AND, OR, NOT. So what are the AND, OR, NOT? These are known as logical operators. Logical AND, logical OR, logical NOT. Logical AND, logical OR, logical NOT. Okay, AND, OR, NOT. Okay. What is meant by AND? What is meant by OR? What is meant by NOT? So AND means, if you remember in your mathematics, especially in 10th and 10+2 mathematics, you studied about truth tables. Because this logical operators only based on truth tables only. All of you, I think, remembered what is a truth table for AND, what is a truth table for OR, what is a truth table for NOT. What is a truth table for AND? AND is if both inputs are true. If both inputs are true, then only output is true. Both inputs are, if both inputs are true, then only output is true. This is the AND logic. Next, what about OR logic? OR logic is both inputs are false, then only output is false. If both inputs are false, then only output is false. Okay. Next is NOT. NOT is nothing but, what is NOT? If input is true, then if input is true, then output is false. Reverse, simply reverse. If input is true, then output is false. That is nothing but NOT and OR. All of you understood this? Any doubts in these logical operators? Anyway, we'll see some program and some examples. Okay, so now I'll give some examples here. Example: A equals to 20, B equals to 10. Okay, so here I'll write down A less than B and A less than B and A is equals to 20. Okay, now tell me, what about A less than B? 20 less than 10. It's false. 20 less than 10, false. So obviously, if it is false, and what about this? 20 equals to 20, true. So false and true. What is the output for false and true for logical end? False and true. False and true. Output is false. Output is false. Understood all of you this? Logical end. Logical end. Okay, in logical end, what will happen? If both inputs are true, then only the output is true. Coming to this example, we'll apply. We'll apply for logical OR. So here instead of end, we can write OR. Okay, so what is this OR? A equals to 20, B equals to 10. A equals to 20, B is equals to 10. A less than B, that is 20 less than 10, or 20 is equals to 20. So 20 less than 10 is false. Okay, and 20 is equals to 20 is true. So what about R? If anything is true, obviously output is true. What? Because in R, if both are false, then only output is false. But here one is true. So that's why if one thing is true, then obviously output is true. All of you getting or not? Please respond in the chat box. All of you understood what is meant by OR, what is meant by AND? Logical AND, logical OR. Any doubts? All of you getting? Okay. Remaining students, ma, all of you getting or not? Please respond in the chat box whether you are getting or not. If you are not getting, I'll explain once again. Because based on this only, we'll write some program and we'll see some examples. Okay, yeah, 1 minute. So first thing is, first thing is we should know the truth table. Truth table. All of you know what is meant by truth table for AND and OR? Please respond in the chat box. How many of you are heard about truth table? How many of you are know? Okay, AND truth table and OR truth table. Here I written the explanation also. In AND truth table, what will happen is, if both inputs are true, then only output is true. That is AND. In OR table, what will happen? If both inputs are false, then only output is false. This is OR. Do you understand the two input outputs and 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 OR? AND truth table, OR truth table. Okay, do you know? Right. So, and what about NOT? NOT is nothing but reverse. For example, here I can only one. Okay, so A is equals to 20. Not A is equals to 20. What is the result here? A is equals to 20. Yes. So what I am doing, A double is equals to 20. 20 equals to 20. It is true. So here what? Not of true. Not of true. What is not of true? Not of true is false. So this is the answer. All of you understood these three? Please try to understand. Any doubts, please let me know. What is AND, what is OR, what is not? All of you understood? Remaining students, please respond. I want more responses. Remaining students, some students are not responding. Please respond, ma, so that I can go for the program. Can you explain not? Not is actually, it requires only one input. So that's why here I am not taken B. I have taken only A. So what is not? Simply reverse. Here what is? I am applying not here. Not of A is equals to 20. Actually, what is A is equals to 20? 20 is equals to 20. Actually, it is true only. True only. But for true, I am applying not. So not of true. Not of true means what? False. Opposite. If your input is true, then output is false. If your input is false, output is true, like that. Okay, is it clear, Sai Kiran? Understood not? Remaining students, please. Okay, yeah, we'll go for some examples and later we'll go for some program. Okay, first I'll go for some examples here. The examples are logical operator. Okay, we'll go for some examples. For example, A is equals to 100, B is equals to some 200. Okay, so now first I am applying end. So A is equals to means A less than B and A less than B and B is equals to 100. Okay, so if you observe here, what is A less than B? 100 less than 200, it's true. Okay, 100 less than 200 is true, and B equals to 100. What is B value? 200 equals to 100. It is false. So what is the result here? True and false. True and false is obviously false. True and false. So true and false is obviously false. So that's why the result is false. True and false is obviously false. So that's why the result is false. Okay, right. Next, A, same example, A less than B, or I'll write or here, or B double is equals to 100. Now tell me what is the answer for this. All of you please evaluate and tell me the answer in the chat box. Type your answer in the chat box. What is the answer for this? Can we get true or false? Can we get true or false? A less than B or B equals to 100? Please respond in the chat box. Yes. Only 3 students remaining. Please respond. Yes. Okay. Your answer is correct. Answer is true. Why? Because A less than B, 100 less than 200 is true. Or this is also false. True or false? True or false means true. Next. Not. Not of A less than B. Please respond the answer in the chat box. Not of A less than B. Not of A less than B. Please respond in the chat box. Yes, only 2 answers. Only remaining students, 4 answers I got. Remaining students, yes. Answer is false. Why? Because A less than B is true actually. 100 less than 200 is true. But I am applying not. Not of true is false. Right? Okay. So I think all of you understood this, right? If you understood, then I'll go for a program. I'm writing a program for the same. Okay, the program is logical operators. Logical operators. Okay, so now, so let me write some number 1 is equals to int of input of enter first number. Number 2 is equals to int of input of enter second number. Okay, right. Now I got 2 numbers. Now I apply the logical operators. Print of logical operators. Okay. So print of okay, A less than B and A equals to 100. Next, print of A, same example. I'll write here, but I'll write R. That's it. So instead of end, I'll write R. Next, so here also print of not of A less than B. That's it. So these are the three logical operators we are applying for this program. Okay, so now we'll see what will happen. Okay, so now I'll run this program. Okay, enter first number. I am giving some 100. Second number 200. Okay, so there is something mistake here. Yes, a less than b, print of a less than b, and a equals to 100. All of you please check these type of errors also. Okay, so you may get this type of errors while executing your program. Read this error first of all. Print a less than b and a equals to 100. Error name a is not defined. A is not defined. Yes, here I am using number 1. So instead of number 1, you can take A here. Instead of number 2, you can take B here because I am using all A and B here. Now I'll run this program. Okay, enter first number 100, second number 200. Okay, so this is the output. So observe this program with your logic what we implemented. Okay, so enter first number I given 100, second number I given 200. Logical operators. First, what is the first logical end? A less than B, 100 less than 200 is true. True and A equals to 100. True and true. True and true is answer true. That is first one. Second one, A less than B, that is true or true. True or true also true, right? Third one, not A less than B, not A less than B, not 100 less than 200, not of true, that is false. Understood all of you this program? Any doubts? All of you understood any doubts, ma? Any doubts? Any doubts? Okay. So now I'll give one more homework question if you understood this program. Okay, please all of you practice this program to implement, okay, to demonstrate relational operators using float numbers. Okay, next third program program to demonstrate logical operators. Okay, right. Understood all of you? Any doubts? Hope you can do all these three programs, right? Any doubts? All of you can complete these programs by tomorrow. Remaining students? Okay, if there is anything need to be clarified from my side, if there is any explanation, then I'll explain. I hope all of you understood this. Okay, please complete these programs by tomorrow. If you have any doubts, you can ask me now. If you have any doubts, please you can ask me in the chat box. I'll respond. Please respond in the chat box if you have any doubts. If you don't have any doubts, then I'll stop here. Any doubts? Anyone having any